Wrong button. There's the right button.
There.
It is that time. It is that place. It is that kind of thing again on Monday. Because if it's Monday and it's 8 o'clock, then it's Mighty Monkeys Nerd World News. And I am your host, Ivan the Slightly Inebriated. I don't know what to tell you at this point. It's her fault.
Well, yeah, actually, it is kind of my fault because he opened a new bottle of mead that was gifted to him.
Yes.
It was Freya's Passion.
Yes.
And I wasn't...
A little strong on the vanilla that was unexpectedly there.
I wasn't a big fan of it, so my half a glass got poured into Chris's half a glass. So
I drank it.
He had a full glass.
Yeah.
It just had an odd taste to it. It's
like you found it. It was strawberry, which is good, but then there was a hint of vanilla. And that's not something I would normally associate with mead, right?
No.
So
Deanna's shaking her head.
Yeah, Deanna's not agreeing with that. And we have a guest star today, the effervescent and ever lovely. Hello, Deanna.
Hello.
It's good to see you. Elizabeth is on board. John is on board. Jason is here, and Peter is here. The Fab Four has arrived. It's good to see you guys.
Well, allegedly, we have 7 people. Anne's here.
Anne's here. Hello, Anne.
Hi, Anne.
FC3's not here too.
FC3 is not here, but 1, 2, 3, 4 FC3 out of 6. It's enough.
Brian was going to comic book shops tonight.
All right, D, I'm going to black out for a moment. I'll be right back, honey.
Gotcha.
All right. FC3 2022 is Saturday, September 24th, and Sunday, September 25th at the Total Sports Experience on 880 Elm Grove Road in Gates. This year's guests include George Weiner, Heather Matarazzo, Holly Marie Combs, Brian Krause, Gregory French, and the lovely and vivacious Michael Koski. We are finalizing a couple of artist announcements, so keep checking the page for that information. If you're interested in being a vendor or part of the fandom interested in having a table this year, running or hosting a panel, or hey, even volunteering, head over to our website, www.fc3roc.org or com.
I think it's com.
Com works for the application and all the details. The applications for all of these are listed under the apply heading at the top of the page.
Right now, we have 19 volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
So we still need you.
We need another dozen or so. So bring friends. And Batman John is on board. Bring Batman John.
We still need you. No,
so,
you.
No.
Not
you. There we go. Just not you. Well, maybe you. Okay, anyway.
You.
We need you.
Yes.
We need you. You. I gotta start doing the Blues Brothers thing now. Oh yeah, you were going history of the world there. You were making a Mel Brooks reference.
I'm impressed.
I am so proud of you right now. I can't even speak.
Wow.
That was amazing.
And I can't stand Mel Brooks.
Fuck that shit up. That's going on a calendar somewhere.
Mark this date down.
August 1st, 2022 is going to be one of the high holy days in the Church of the Wandering Jews. It's a day that Tanya made a Mel Brooks reference on broadcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indy is dying. All right, gang. So we're gonna do a hard 180 here in the emotions as we bring up this lovely lady to my right, your left. I don't know. Is it my anyway? We got news yesterday that Nichelle Nichols had passed away at the age of 89 on Saturday, July 30th. Her character on the original Star Trek broke ground not only with her interracial kiss with co-star William Shatner on the show, but her character, Lieutenant Uhura, showed a black woman in position of authority at a time when all women were ramping up their fight for equal ground in society. Her passing was confirmed by her son, Kyle Johnson, and her former agent, Zachary McGinnis. Nichols was a dancer and a nightclub performer and had a few acting credits when she was cast in Star Trek. She stated she viewed the TV series as a nice stepping stone to Broadway stardom, hardly anticipating that a low-tech science fiction show would become a cultural touchstone and bring her enduring recognition at conventions and events for over 50 years after the show went off the air in 1969. All was not smooth sailing, though. Nichols considered leaving the show after the first season while at a civil rights event attended by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was a fan of the show. They were in conversation about her and her role on Star Trek. When she let him know that she wanted to leave, Dr. King said that she couldn't because he believed she changed the face of television and had changed the minds of people who were watching that very program. Nichols referred to his insight as a lightning bolt in her life, and she returned for the remaining seasons and movies with the original cast members.
Could you imagine if she hadn't?
That would have been amazing. I don't even know how they would have replaced that. That vibe, that whole je ne sais quoi there.
Oh.
So, it was through her character on the show that prompted a NASA contract in 1977 to help recruit women and minorities to the nascent Space Shuttle astronaut corps. Nichols may be best remembered for her career in entertainment, but she also leaves behind a different legacy as a woman who dedicated decades of her life to advocating for space exploration, particularly among women and minorities. The astronaut class of 1978 had 6 women, 3 black men, and 1 Asian American man among the 35 chosen. Nichols also served on the board of governors of the National Space Society, a non-for-profit space advocacy organization. She also launched a consultant firm, Women in Motion, which partnered with NASA to recruit minority and female personnel for the space agency. Her recruits included Guian Bluford, the first African-American astronaut in space, and Sally Ride, the first female American astronaut. Nichols received NASA's Distinguished Public Service Award for her efforts in the field. She even has an asteroid named in her favor. Whoopi Goldberg credited Nichols with inspiring her to pursue her career in acting and said in a previous interview, when she was 9 years old, Star Trek came on. She looked at it and went screaming through the house, "Come here, Mom. Everybody come quick. Come here. There's a black lady on television and she ain't no maid," Goldberg is quoted as saying. And then she goes on to say, "I knew right there and then I could be anything I wanted to be." And isn't that what it's basically all about right there? George Takei wrote on Twitter yesterday, "I shall have more to say about the trailblazing, incomparable Nichelle Nichols, who shared the bridge with us as Lieutenant Uhura of the USS Enterprise. For today, my heart is heavy and my eyes are shining like stars, the stars you now rest among, my dearest friend." And from all of us here at Flower City Comic-Con, we send our condolences to family and friends and for this amazing, amazing woman of power. As a matter of fact, before I let this story go real quick, I saw this tweet earlier, and I hope I still have it somewhere. I don't. Oh.
You're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook. No, I saw it on Facebook earlier. Anyway, damn it. It was a tweet. It was a very, if you're on Twitter, look for Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman, and see what she has to say about it. It was a very touching commentary, and I wanted to repeat that, but I couldn't because I don't know how to work my phone when I'm drinking mead. So we're going to move on from that. Let's go look at the comment section here. Peter goes on, "Can you talk about the Girl Scout event at FC3? My daughter is in Girl Scouts, or you can tell me where to look for more info." I will have Ann get a hold of you on that one, Peter, to make sure that we have all of the information you need at your disposal.
Yeah, we have not actually identified which badges that the Girl Scouts will be doing or have the opportunity to do during that. But 2 weeks ago, I think I sat down and went through the Girl Scout badge thing to see which ones could be applicable to FC3. But Anne should be on here to show that comment right there.
Which, yes, yeah, we have.
So
yeah, so and we'll be able to get you some information, Pete. We'll make sure that there's something available for you so that you can get in on that.
We were looking at everything from, was it Daisy's the first one, then Brownies or whatever, from the littlest ones up to the seniors and the ambassadors. So we were looking across the board. We lost Steve. Oh no,
no, we
just turned around.
She's turned away. She's fine. We're gonna be bringing her back up in a moment. And the last comment on Nichelle Nichols: "She made history and changed lives. She gave hope to those who were afraid to triumph." That right there, that is a hell of a comment, man. She gave hope to those who were afraid to triumph. That is a fantastic and very insightful observation. I really love that one. That's good. Ann goes on to talk about Girl Scouts. "Depending on age, wait till you see the flash mob. It's planned." Oh, goody. I'll probably miss it because I'll have my head buried in a freaking panel room. All right. Where's my D? Here's my D.
I have the Linda Carter.
You have the Linda Carter tweet?
Yes.
What did she say?
She said, "Many actors become stars, but few stars can move a nation. Nichelle Nichols showed us the extraordinary power of Black women and paved the way for a better future for all women in media. Thank you, Nichelle. We will miss you."
Yes. See, that was beautiful. Beautiful from another beautiful human being. So that's good stuff right there. Real quick, are you comic chicking?
Yes. We Anna and I are planning on comic chicking on Wednesday. Thank you very much for the bunny ears. But it's pending what's going on in Anne's household over the next couple of days. But the plan is for us to comic chest.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do that. That's a
Oh
thing.
man. Not this way. Other way. Yeah.
There. Never mind. You know what it is. If you're a regular to the show, and you usually are. So Dee, how you doing?
I'm doing.
What brings you out to join us tonight?
Oh, just, to chat a little about Nichelle. And
Tell me what you got to say, babe. I want to hear it.
my dog is sad. He's whining about it.
Oh, you've got Juno's attention. Come here, baby. Come here.
Charlie.
Oh, there's a Charlie sighting in the back. See, there's a Charlie sighting.
I see Charlie. Let's bring out the puppies. Bring out the puppies.
Charlie's like, it's a puppy sighting. Oh, thank you. Oh. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
This show has gone to the dogs.
Charlie's ears keep perking up when I say Charlie. Right, Juno?
Yep.
Right, Juno?
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
What I was going to
Let's just like
say
puppies.
is I think she's overlooked a lot of times when you think about the original Trek. Because the people immediately go to Spock, Shatner, or Nimoy, Shatner.
The Holy Trinity.
Right.
McCoy, Spock, and Kirk. Or,
Right.
That's everybody thinks about that.
And, she embraced it, I think, better than most of them. She realized that was an opportunity for her, not so much to be a star, but to make a difference.
Yeah.
And that's why still, 5-6 years ago, she was still going to conventions.
Right.
When she could have, said, I'm done. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life. But she still wanted to spread the word.
She did have that opportunity. So that's blessings there. I remember, as a matter of fact, just before we went on the air, I did watch a TikTok where somebody had broadcast a clip of that interview where she was talking about her meeting Martin Luther King Jr. and how she was basically like, look, I'm, one season, I'm probably going to step out of the show and be done with it. And he's like, you can't. No, you got to hang in there because you need to understand what you represent to people. And when she realized that, it was big time.
I had to read that twice in one of the articles I was reading. I'm like, wait, did I just read that right? She was going to walk away.
Yeah, she was going to walk away after the first one.
That's just amazing. I can't even imagine what that show would have been like.
It's hard to kind of armchair quarterback. I'm sure they would have come up with something, because they were very good at kind of on the fly figuring out how to make things better, right? But I don't know if it would have had the same impact unless they found somebody as equally talented as Nichelle. I can only imagine. Right. But most of that original cast is now parted at this point. We're down to George Takei, Walter Koenig, and William Shatner himself.
Yeah.
I can't imagine we will have.
I know. I was just trying to figure out who are the three.
What's interesting is there's a picture of the original main seven, and you have Uhura, Scotty. You had Kelly and DeForest Kelly and Bones. We had Bones and Spock and all those, and you had all the blue shirts and all the red shirts are gone now. It's the only ones left are the 3 gold shirts of the original 7. So you had Chekhov and Sulu and Kirk. So apparently gold lives the longest. Who knows?
Apparently.
But and the history-making interracial kiss with Captain Kirk, that's absolutely a thing. So I don't know. We'll be talking about that for a long time to come. We'll be talking about Nichelle's impact, and I'm sure that's probably going to be part of the topic of the Star Trek fandom panel when we do that at FC3 in September. We'll probably
and I don't think people understand
add that to the list.
Her impact.
Yeah, her impact.
I don't think people, like I said, she's not always thought of when you think of Star Trek. You immediately go to the captains.
I might actually disagree with you on that one because I would.
So?
She's not going to be as lofted above as the captains, as you mentioned, right? So it's not going to be. You're not going to hear Uhura in the conversation of Kirk, Picard, Archer, Pike, Janeway, Sisko. You're not going to hear that, her in that conversation. But the ease of people slipping into Star Trek conversations and talking about the impact of everybody's parts. George Takei for Asian Americans, Nichelle Nichols for African Americans, and so on and so forth, and their willingness to bring forth that multicultural sense. It's always interesting to me when people start bitching, pissing, and moaning about Star Trek these days and how it's so woke. When did Star Trek become woke? That would be September of 1968.
They were woke from day one.
Yeah, seriously, where were you, dudes? Honestly, it's you don't understand. If you can say something that short-sighted, you obviously have not paid attention to what Star Trek has been doing over the past 50 plus years.
And I think about if Nichelle Nichols isn't on the original, we don't have a Whoopi Goldberg as Guinan.
Yeah, I mean, you made a point of that. You put that into the copy for today,
yeah.
And I've heard Whoopi tell that story on The View, as a matter of fact, because she was talking. I think she talked about that right about the time that one of the movies was coming out, and she talked about how Next Generation made an impact on her life because of her, having that access. But then she went back to say, she remembers Star Trek and what it meant to her, and what Nichelle Nichols' appearance on that meant to her, and how many doors that's opened. And the Women in Motion project and everything. It's amazing. Elizabeth is adding in, so many people can't comprehend that shows they watched as a kid reflected those times as well, even if they weren't aware of the political, social situations at the time. It's exhausting. Yes. Yeah, Elizabeth, you are dead on correct with that one. Anyway, we'll be talking about that for a long time to come. Long time to come. But hey, you know what? You gave me one more story, Dee.
I did, and it's a doozy.
So thank you very much. I appreciate you as always. And it was great to see you to slip on and join us on. You're going to join us on camera more often?
I would like to, as long as my schedule permits. The month of August is a little dicey, but
well, okay. We're actually looking for a new anchor for September. Are you going to take over for me?
No, that's Tanya's job.
You just got thrown right under the bus. We weren't going to say anything. We have a couple of other people who have stepped forward and said they'd be interested in helping out as well. So we're going to have a different band of characters in September. That should be fun.
That could be interesting.
That could be a lot of entertainment with you leading the show. Come on, this is the ultimate.
But you know what?
The ultimate expression.
Part of how this works so well is, and Dee and I have mentioned it on my way home and things like that, because we're talking Ansa's not it. Is part of it. I know you're exhausted and I know you're burnt out and you're overwhelmed and everything, things like that. But part of why this works is the banter that kind of goes back and forth with us in the team that we have presented. Not to necessarily rope you to still do it, because I know how overwhelmed and exhausted you are, but this is one of the reasons why it does work.
There's a reason this is empty right now. And it's sitting next to me.
I say we have rotating. We rotate.
Yeah,
that's possible. I can rotate, but she's in my chair right now. My chair rotates.
You're funny.
The only reason why I'm sitting in this chair is because otherwise I'd look too short.
I tell you what, let's do this. I'm not going to backtrack, but I know I want to do a live show at FC3.
God help us.
Noon, panel room 1. But what? Yes.
That is when one of the lives are scheduled for Melanie Muses and Susan Harris.
I was here first, damn it!
They have asked specifically before you said it, because they needed, it's noon on one day and 1 o'clock on the next day.
All right.
And
well, on Saturday, somewhere along the line in panel room 1. You guys have history, Peter says. Yes, we do more than you realize.
Yeah, I mean, of all the, other than Ann and I playing off of each other.
Can I finish the suggestion without like the actually bullshit stopping by?
Well, actually.
I'm going to
hang on a second. I want ice cream.
Hang on a second.
No, stop.
Hey, what are you doing? Don't put me out there. Come back. I don't have the copy in front of me.
All right.
Dina was like, no.
Like, I don't have the copy. You do.
Okay, go ahead.
So after FC3, we'll reevaluate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
We love you. No, get away from my dice. Get away from my dice. No. No.
We are officially off the rails tonight.
Oh, like that's any different from any other night. Get away from my dice. Turn around. You got work to do.
Poor Juno.
Stop running over my dog.
I know where there's other dice.
Yes, at home.
Upstairs.
Dee, we love you. We're going to replace you with a picture at the moment. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Look at that brooding bastard. Surprise! Batfleck is back. Ben Affleck is officially back as Batman in the DC universe, but nobody was supposed to know that, and the masses can thank Jason Momoa for the scoop. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom 2023 release is officially undergoing reshoots on the Warner Brothers backlot at Burbank, California, and Jason Momoa confirmed a surprise that no DC fan was expecting.
Wow.
In a surprising turn of events, Momoa and Ben Affleck, or
Batfleck.
Ben Lopez.
Is it Ben Lopez or Jennifer Affleck?
I think they're just going to keep their own names.
Okay.
Were met by a dozen Warner Brothers fans taking a backlot tour when the two DC stars walked off of a soundstage, letting the secret slip that Ben Affleck is actually back as billionaire Bruce Wayne. Momoa confirmed the return of Batfleck on an Instagram page at Batman Shots. Despite numerous reports that The Flash 2023 also released will be Affleck's final outing as the Cape Crusader, it's clear that the Warner media is keeping the famous superhero alive for this DC universe. And based on the reactions of the fans on the tour in the comment section of the Instagram posts, fans are actually happy about this. All right, we're going back to D. Da, da, da. What do you think, D? Little Batfleck?
Well, I think it's good. I'm partial to Michael Keaton.
I think, here's the thing. That's the Sean Connery effect.
You're right.
Everybody's always going to think Sean Connery was the best Bond when actually it was Daniel Craig. Okay?
I love Daniel Craig as
Daniel
Bond.
Craig as Bond was fantastic. However, don't throw shade on
Right.
Sean Connery.
No.
Can't do that. It was a great run. And
It's different eras, different
different
writers,
eras,
different
exactly. So Michael
different
Keaton will always have
approaches.
exactly. Michael Keaton will always have the nostalgia effect,
Yes.
But I think Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman has been spectacular. I have enjoyed that. I think he does a great take on the character.
He beats George Clooney, okay? And I like George Clooney. I hated George Clooney as Batman.
Elizabeth wants to do a Spider-Verse, but with Batman. I'm sure there's a bunch of people going, yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And let's see, Roger Moore was better than both. No, he wasn't.
Now, granted,
Now, again, Roger Moore was a good Bond, but he was not better than Connery. And I know stretch of imagination better than
Timothy
Craig.
Dalton and Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan was born to play James Bond.
Yes.
I think the
Just
writing
like
failed him, though.
Daniel Craig was born to play James Bond.
Yeah, he
Oh
was.
my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
And John Perrigo's happy about Batfleck. That's good stuff. See, so we're I think it's going to be fun to see, and I hope he sticks with it for a little while longer past 2023. But DC does not know what it's doing when it's making movies. It really doesn't.
But they know the TV shows.
Yeah, but even the TV show. I mean, it was just released.
They're finishing Flash,
They're finishing
right?
Flash with a 13-episode season for the 9th season. I really think they should have closed out Flash 2 or 3 years ago, though.
Yeah, because the stories just keep.
Yeah. There's only so much you can do with a TV arc when the actors are, with a
Getting
comic
older.
book arc, you can write the same character for 20 years and it doesn't age. But now you have these characters that are getting older and older and older, and they're becoming more interested in doing other projects. You're losing actors at that
Right.
point.
Right, and makeup can only do so much.
Elizabeth Rice goes on to make the obvious comment. Marvel blew DC out of the water at SDCC over the weekend. Yes. There was no doubt about it. I mean, it was just a thing. But so anyway, also this fall, so we'll talk about my continuance.
We're in negotiations. We'll
We're in
leave it at that.
I'm in contract negotiations. My agent will call
Aggressive negotiations.
Aggressive Here's the bitch of it. Are you ready for this? I was about to say my agent will call you, but she's my agent. Although she does talk to herself from time to time, so it's entirely likely.
Hey,
Wow. What? You do? Not as much as I do.
Only because when I want an opinion that I'll listen to,
Oh,
I'll talk to myself.
In the immortal words,
I love you guys.
in the immortal words of John Quincy Adams, bite me. All right, we love you guys.
I want ice cream.
Yes, I do too. So we're gonna go do ice cream then.
Ice cream.
All right, D, you want to go get ice cream?
I got some here.
All
I'm
right.
good.
We love you, D.
We
Good to
thought
see
we
you,
had
honey.
some here.
See you later.
All right, friends. So that's that from this, and here's the other. So you have a great week. Have a safe week, and we will talk to you again next week. I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye.